Hi everyone, it's the Woodland Gardener, and today we're going to be weeding and mulching some flower beds, so you'll get to see the results of that. And I got new garden gloves. I feel so dressed up. So the first bed we're going to be working with today is this very small one. It's in our what I call our front yard area, right in front of the house. It's got 4 plants, which are heavily overgrown. We've got a Forsythia Coomson. I think I'm going to end up yanking that one out, but for now, in the interest of saving time, I'll just trim it back. We've got a variegated Weigelia. We've got a Japanese holly sky pencil that's looking a little sorry for itself. And then we've got a dwarf golden threadleaf cypress. False cypress. It's a long name. It's a mouthful. I always miss one of those 5 words. And we also have a bunch of weeds. So we're going to get that cleaned up. Stay tuned. Alright, so checking in. Got most of the weeding done. Looking good. Take you all the way around and show you. So, yeah, next step, mulch. Alright, I think we're done for the most part. This is looking at about 3.5 bags of cypress mulch. That's 2 cubic feet size of bags. And we got a nice thick layer going on there. Take you all the way around. Did do some pruning on the Forsythia and the Weigelia and the Japanese holly. That thing's hanging in there. It's not thriving, but it's not dying, so we'll see. If you're wondering, all these little fragments of pottery and stones, those were left here when we purchased this place 4 years ago. The man who built the house was an artist, well, is an artist to my knowledge. He's still with us, and as was his daughter-in-law, an artist. So we've got a numerous nice sculptures around and little remnants that may make nice little yard ornaments. I'm not too worried about sharp edges around the bed at this point. Later on, the man will come by with a string trimmer. That's about all we do. It doesn't have to be too precise. Alright, moving on. Our next project area is this bed that is a ring around very nice black walnut tree. Let's see, it's quite the tree. So just a little bit of befores here. Little overgrown. And here we are. It turned out pretty nice. The bad news is that I think I buried my little hand rake in there somewhere under all that mulch. So might be going on a little fishing expedition. Back up a little bit so you can get a better view. This little plant is an Amy azalea. It's been here for about 2 years, and I'm not quite sure if it just doesn't like this spot or what. I think at one point the deer were getting to it because it really hasn't grown terribly much in 2 years. Got some yucca plants. I'm not too familiar with yucca plants, but it seems like they only flower every few years or so. So it's really a treat when that stem comes up and produces flowers. So the next area we're going to work on is this very small bed here. I call it the butterfly garden. And we're lucky enough to see a little butterfly. See it fluttering? So The main reason I call this the butterfly garden is because on the sculpture there is a butterfly. So it's a pretty small little space. The sculpture takes up most of the actual square footage. And there's hanging pot, our little butterfly friend. I've got alyssum and portulaca planted in this pot. And in this smaller pot is sedum. The sedum's been here since before we moved in 4 years ago. So hardy, you can't really kill sedum. And I've got some daylilies, and frankly I'm surprised, knock on wood, that these daylilies are lasting. I planted 4 different varieties of daylilies last year, maybe the year before, but no sooner than they'd bloomed they were munched down by deer, most likely. So far these are hanging in there, although possibly something's gotten to that one. But we've got blooms to come, this one to the left. So I didn't end up doing too much in this space, just a little bit of weeding, and I didn't even get as far as I wanted with that because I came across what may be poison ivy. I'm not sure, but I'm not touching it. So the man is walking around here somewhere spraying poison ivy with Roundup, so I'll just grab him and have him squirt it. We don't use Roundup too much. Frankly, I hate this stuff, but when it comes to something like poison ivy, well, no holds barred. Our little butterfly friend is back. And we're back. Next up on the hit parade is a small little bed here. I have some daylilies. These are the ones I mentioned the deer chomped down to the ground last year. So I've got some daylily leaves growing back this year, but I'm not hopeful. And peonies, which have long since bloomed. Probably need to start cutting those down. And some really cool sculptures here. I call them the camel heads. There's 2 of them. I don't know what they're supposed to be. Dinosaurs. They're cool. So it's a pretty small bed. Get that weeded up straight away. Although I'm pretty sure I don't have enough mulch to do this one right now. We bought 10 bags this morning, and out of that I've got 2 left, so we may be making another trip. A couple more of the daylilies. It's like they're hanging on for their dear lives. Laying the mulch down, and I found a little friend. Looky there. I startled him. Now he's playing dead, I guess. Alright, done with this bed. So by the time I cut the peonies down and weeded and then mulched, there's really not too much left in it. But those poor little scrawny daylilies and our little frog buddy. And that is it for now because I am out of mulch. And I just have one more bed left. That's the butterfly garden down at the far end of the place. So maybe I'll get to that today. Depends. So stay tuned. So we went to the garden center and ended up getting 3 bags of mulch plus 1 that busted open, so now it's sitting upright against a tree so that nothing spills. So in addition to getting the mulch, we ended up running a number of other errands, and I'm pretty zonkered for today, so that last bed will have to wait till maybe tomorrow or the next day. So I will catch up with you then. And I found my hand rake. Yay! Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.